What is up, guys? Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for joining us. Myself, Dustin Shacklock, Johnny Pham in the booth. Tonight, coming at you live, Wednesday night, 2-2, no limit hold'em, deep stack action on a 15-minute delay out of Best Bet Jacksonville. Thank you guys for tuning in. First hand of the night. Looks like we got a couple of limps early on. First hand of the night. Got the old ace-6 suited, the ace-10 off, queen-6, jack-9, and queen-4. Let's go. First hand of the night. Thanks for hanging out.
Yeah, sorry guys for the late start, but we had to say goodbye to the 1010XL Best Bet Poker Show. And yeah, that was our last show. But the live stream goes on. We are 6-handed to this flop.
Check.
Top pair, ace-10 in the lead. All right, action on Bob. Now it's raised it to 20. Kind of curious with the ace-6. No backdoor spades. Ace-10 in the lead. Action back in Mike. He does make the call. 4 spades on the turn. Kind of curious to why he would raise flop, check turn. That gives the green light for Mike to go ahead and bet the best hand right now. I bet a 35, and then Bob's going to go ahead and muck his hand. So I guess the raise is going to give him some information. I mean, Mike just calling there, but he's actually giving up the hand once the 4 hit, and he checked it.
Spicy, spicy. First hand of the night, jumping right in. We've got a couple familiar faces here in the game. Like I said, you got me and Johnny Pham with you guys all night. This is the first of our triple header this week. We got 2-2 tonight, 2-5 tomorrow night. And then Friday night, we got a 1-2 pot limit Omaha game with no cap, no max.
And the live stream schedule for the month of November has dropped on our website.
Ooh,
so if you are wanting to play in any of our live stream cash games, hit that website up, put your online application in, and get yourself on the film.
See a couple of my guys in the chat. Kevin Walls, what's up? Scotty Magic, Zach Caleb, and Austin Ball. Guy in the chat. YouTubers, what's up? What's up? Thank you guys for tuning in.
Yeah, a couple of things that I've seen that's going to change for next month. I see a 2-5 PLO.
Oh, wow. That'll be spicy.
Bringing back the big game on the 12th with some 5-10 no limit hold'em. Looks like Keith has joined the game. Grandpa G with top pair.
25 in. Keith, how much you got?
Jack 9 off suit. Going to take down a small one. Nice, plus 18. Here we go. Limp Call says, why is there an empty seat? We had to keep it open for my man Keith. You see him stumbling in right there. He's going to take that 2 seat. He's good for the game. He's fun. Got to keep a seat locked up for him. Yeah, like Johnny said, guys, bittersweet day. It's the end of the radio show, but we're on to bigger and better things. You'll still catch us right here on Best Bet Live every Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. The stream's not going anywhere. We'll be here with all your live stream action, 2-2, 2-5, some PLO action, and all the final tables right here on Best Bet Live. Make sure to stay tuned throughout the duration of the stream, guys. We will give away a $50 tournament voucher on both platforms, Twitch and Facebook. So we'll do those a little later in the stream. Lucky winner, pick up a quick $50 voucher. Looks like we got a $4 straddle under the gun here. Alley Man, is that how we say that? We're going to go with that. Alley Man's going to limp the queen 10 suited. Grandpa G's going to get in there with the 7-6 off. Keith's going to pick up ace jack off suit in the straddle.
A couple of new faces in the game. I don't recognize half the field.
Yeah, a couple new faces. I'm here for it. All about getting out there, you know, about the exposure, getting some people in the game. Looks like Keith's going to open it up to 20 with the ace jack off in the straddle, out of position. Polo Youngs says, is this game live? We're on a 15-minute delay. Wow, big flop here for Keith. The ace-ace-4 flop with the ace-jack in his hand. Looks like he checked the flop and takes a small size on the turn, goes 20 into 50. Gonna get called by the Ollie man with no pair, no draw, just queen high. Keith's got to be feeling pretty good about that river. Gonna do the double hole card check. There it is, 55 into 88. Keith's gonna fire that bullet. Alley man called him on the turn with just queen high, but not gonna look him up on the river. And Keith's gonna take down the biggest pot of the night so far, 143 in the middle. One of the perks of straddling, you play bigger pots, you win bigger pots. I'm all about straddling, you know, put more dead money in the game.
Yeah, Keith is all about putting dead money in the game.
I'm for it. Limp Call Hero checking in. What's up? Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out with us. All right, this time Keith's going to be in the big blind. The action's going to start on Bob here in the 3 seat, and he's going to pick up pocket nines. And Rick right next to him in the Braves jersey, my man, he's going to pick up ace queen suited.
15 from 30. Call for.
Rick's just going to make the call with the ace queen suited, and Ollie man right next door with king 10 of spades. All spades would be a pretty nasty one.
Oh, look at all these premium hands.
What is happening?
King, jack of hearts in the muck.
Mike folds the king jack suited, getting a good price out of the blinds. There's already 65 in the middle. 4 ways to the flop. The king jack would have been the best hand. Currently, pocket nines in the lead here for Bob.
I don't necessarily like playing king jack suited. I mean, I do, but taking it 5-6 handed, I mean, you gotta take a shot at it.
Yeah, king jack's one of those really tough hands to play. You really got to just flop the world with it. Otherwise, you just feel confused. Rick leads out for $5 here with ace queen on the jack high board. Like he's just milking them. Julian makes middle pair here. Bob's pocket nines still in the lead. He's going to go for the check raise to 15. Just an additional 10 more.
Yeah, with that many players behind, I feel like he's gonna raise. He needs to raise it bigger. First hand that he had ace 6 of spades and had someone who bet ace 10, bet $10. He only raised to 20. So kind of curious now. Ace queen now in the lead for Rick.
Yeah, when you're playing deep like this and you've got these really strong hands, you just
Bet
gotta
of
make some moves.
$5.
Got some straight draws, right? And a flush draw. He's got the only diamond in the field.
10 from 4.
Wow, the diamonds do get there. Bob does have a 9-high flush. He's the only diamond in the field. Looks like he's going to pay him off. Going to show the 9 of diamonds. Rick's going to put his ace-queen suited in the muck.
So I guess if anything, Rick lost the minimum there.
That was a wacky hand. All right, guys. I love the 2-2 streams, man. You never know what you're going to get. The $5 turn bet gets them every time. Got a shout out to my guy Billy in the box. We got Billy and Kirk slinging the cards tonight here on Best Bet Live. Happy to have these guys. They're 2 of the best. Shout out to them for running a good, clean game. Now Rick picking up ace 10 of spades, back-to-back premium hands. Looks like he's might be, oh, just going to limp it. Okay, going to come in for the min, $2. Looks like Amber's going to get in there with the suited queen 4 one time. Looks like both lines are going to check. We're going to go 4 ways to the flop.
4 players. Check. 2. Check 3. Check 4. And check 8. Check 2.
Looks like Keith's going to turn the best hand here with the 8-4 suited.
And check 8.
9 trade deuce, turn 8. Looks like Queen 4 going to get there on the river.
5 and 4.
And we're going to lock this one up, get the check mark.
Call from
Rick with the $5 bet with ace high. Not
That's,
sure
that's-
what that was going to accomplish, but Amber's going to pick up this pot.
That's twice that play hasn't worked. Gunn says, I found that the circuit seems to be run better than the WSOP in Vegas. I think this year for the WSOP, we kind of got to just give them a mulligan, you know? They have limited resources. I think they're doing the best they can.
Yeah, staffing shortages not only here, but across the country. And you're getting a lot of brand new dealers dealing, you know, these big events. So it's tough, but
Guns, I'm assuming you're talking about the series, the circuit event in Cherokee. So a lot of the dealers were bad. Sure, man, these guys trying to run these circuit events and stuff, they got to take what they can get.
well, the circuit events they have traveling dealers who are pretty much veterans of the game. So,
Also true.
but when you get into the WSOP in Vegas, they have to staff it, and you have to understand there's like 5 or 6 pavilions that they have to fill and staff it. So
They probably need at least 700 dealers.
I think more.
Think more? Think it's over 700?
And call from 8. We are heads up.
Limp Call Hero says a lot of them were brand new. Yeah, I did experience some of that when I was out there. I, you know, guy be dealing, be like, yeah, this is my second day ever dealing. But, you know, everyone's got to start somewhere.
Yeah, we have a couple of new dealers here at Jack's too, so we've been running them through.
It's part of the game, man. You got to start somewhere.
28. Heads up still.
Looks like both of these players flop a pair here. Pair of 7s, pair of 4s. Mike's going to turn 2 pair.
Check 8.
9s and 7s with a 5.
30.
Mike in position, going to go 30 into 40. Going to go a little too big here to get any value. It's going to be hard to get called by worse when you go that big. You want to milk him a little bit. Gunn says the poker room at the Wynn was nice. Yeah, that's one of mine and Johnny's both favorite properties. Frogman, I think I've seen at least one tweet like that so far since the start of the series. Like I said, I think we have to give the whole series kind of a mulligan this year. They're doing the best they can with limited resources. I'm just glad they had it at all.
Fold 8. Fold 9.
Grandpa G going to open up the pocket 6s under the gun. I like it.
10.
Keith's going to make the call with the 7-8 off from the cutoff. Bob's going to look down at King Jack off suit. Trouble hand.
Call 4.
Rick's going to limp in there with the ace-4 off suit. Alleyman gets to close the action in the big. Jack 10 off suit. He's getting a pretty good price. Got to call 5 to win 40. That's a no-brainer. Makes the call.
Keith with top 2.
2 pair for Keith. Big flop here.
20 and 7.
Keith raising pretty fast. They're going to 3 exit.
This is one of those spots where that's a pretty safe board if you have a hand like 2 pair, you know?
Call 4. Fold 6.
Grandpa G going to find out where he's at real quick. Humble Lion 904 says Shiba to the moon. I saw that today. Saw one guy turn 8K into 1.4 billion or something. Frogman, yeah, I saw some of that when I was out there too. It's just part of the game, man. They're doing the best they can. I'm curious to see what they're going to do next year. If they're going to continue to have this series in the fall or if they're going to put it back in the summer.
Yeah, if they're going to change the venues also.
They are going to change the venue.
Personally, I think I like it in the fall.
15.
I like it in the fall too. I'm all for it.
Fold 1. Fold 2. Fold
Lip call's supposed to go back to the summer. Yeah, I feel like the series being in the summer affects like people's whole business model and stuff, companies out there. So Gunn says the APA contract was canceled. I don't know what that is.
straddle on the 9. Straddle 40.
Oh, the pool. Yeah, I think I did know that. Queen Jack offsuit now for Keith.
Call from the 2. Call.
Here in earlier position. Looks like he's going to limp in. Bob's going to limp the ace 7 offsuit. Rick is going to limp 5 tray of clubs.
Fold 6.
9-5 in the muck. Jack 6 off in the muck.
And check from the
Looks like Amber's going to call from the big, and Julian's going to check his option in the straddle. 5 ways to the flop.
Lots of limping tonight.
A lot of limping going on.
check.
I'm a big fan of not limping. I like to make big pots, so when I make big hands, you get paid. Looks like Bob turns the best hand here, the only ace in the field.
Fold
A
9.
little bit of a scary board. The Queen 10 open ender comes in. There's a couple 2-pair combos. The ace 7 with a little bit of kicker problems.
Fold from the 4 where heads up.
Amber leads right out here with 3rd pair on the turn.
Check 8.
Bob does get the check mark.
From
45 in the middle. He's going to take his showdown. Show the ace for the win. Billy's going to push him that pot, but we're going to be on to the next one.
90.
You guys don't forget about our Haymaker series, our November knockout series coming at the end of the month. We got 3 bounty tournaments in 3 days. A 300, a 600, and a 2K event. We'll get into the details a little later in the stream. It's going to be a big one. The 2K has purple chip bounties, $500 bounties. The 300 has $50 bounties, and the 600 has black chip, $100 bounties.
Call from the 1. Call 2. Fold 3. Fold 4.
Got limping some suited hands here. Grandpa G with ace 5 off on the button. Looks like he's going to try to pick up some of this dead money. When you see a table like this that's very passive and you just want to limp a lot of hands, you could just constantly pick up 4 or 5 big blinds just by showing a little aggression.
Fold 1.
And then when they play back at you, you know they have it. You just fold.
Fold 2.
So Grandpa G is going to take advantage of it. Going to try to pick up the dead money in the middle, opening up the ace 5 off. And look at that. He's going to pick up 5. He's going to pick up 5 big blinds. Not even have to see a flop. That's the way to do it.
Straddle. Straddle on the 2.
All right, we got to straddle this hand out of my guy Keith there in the 2 seat. Limcall says $500 cap seems small. For a 2-2 game, it's 250 big blinds. I mean, that's deep stack poker.
Yeah, it's pretty. It's pretty deep for the smallest no limit game that we have. Otherwise, you're going to get into the 2-5 streaks.
Call from the 3. Fold 4.
Bob's going to limp this ace 10 of diamonds. These guys need to raise their hands. Come on, open it up.
Call from the 6.
Ollie man going to limp the 3-4 of hearts.
Okay, Amber with aces.
Oh, Amber picking up
We're going to get 18.
mixed aces on the button. She's going to bump it up and make it 18 to go. Takes a big size here.
How much? 18.
Look at Keith. Keith's going to try to stinger one time with the pocket fives. Keith got almost 600 back. Amber started the hand with about 250, 260.
Yeah, Bob needs to take a flop. Ugh, don't like that at all.
Bob with the limp fold under the gun. Alleyman's got kind of one of these weird in-between hands. I think if Amber was a little deeper, he could probably call. I think if they were both deeper, he could probably call. Looks like he's going to get in there anyway. He does have position, gets to close the action. Oh, I'm sorry, Amber has the button. Alleyman's in between. Tough spot to be. 8, 10, 4. A pair for all three players.
50 for me.
Amber's going to hammer it here. She doesn't want to see any more cards. She's going to bet 50 into 65.
I mean, that's a pretty safe flop there. I kind of think you're going to want to size a little bit smaller just to get...
I can't think of a better flop that doesn't contain an ace when you have pocket aces. That's a great flop. A flop like that, I think you could even check sometimes.
Yeah, I agree.
Scotty Magic says, oh, Amber. Amber used to play on the streams a lot. Been absent from the streams recently, but she's back. So she hammers that flop with pocket aces, goes 50 into 60. Gets two folds from two players with pairs in their hands.
Two play. Fold 3.
Ace 5 off in the muck. Alleyman picking up the 9-7 off suit. He's going to fold.
Fold 8.
Grandpa G's going to open it up
Fold
here.
9. 15.
Jack 10 off suit. Keith picking up pocket trays in the big. Second small pocket pair back to back. He's going to make the call. Try to do a little set mining against Grandpa G. This time, we're a little deeper. Everyone about 4, almost 500 effective. Wow, Grandpa G just flops top pair.
Check 2. 15 for 3. Call.
It's the call from Keith. I feel like he might try to make a move here soon.
Keith with the snap call. Board gets a little more dynamic here on the turn. 7 of hearts peels off, completes a lot of two pairs, a couple straight draws. A lot of straight draws, actually.
Check 7.
Grandpa G does click it back.
I think Keith will try to make a move here. No, he doesn't.
Keith could flip it into bluff catch mode here. He has showdown value. He's got a pair. Same could be said for Grandpa G. Grandpa G could actually bet. Gonna show him the jack. I think Grandpa G could have bet small there.
Thank you.
Try to get some values from some 8s. Maybe hands like pocket 9s.
Yeah, that's right, Daniel. Our mask mandate is over as of last week, I believe.
That's right. Faces are free here at Best Bet Jacksonville. That changed, yeah, I think
I want to say a week to a week and a half ago.
about a week ago, yeah. So yeah, no more masks here at Best Bet Jacksonville.
Fold 4. Fold 6.
Oh, Strawman, this is terrible news. I hope everything's all right.
Call from me.
That will be also true for Orange Park.
15 from 9.
Yeah, both properties, mask optional moving forward.
Call
All
from
right,
2.
Julian going to raise it up to $15. Pocket 9s. Keith in there with Jack 8 clubs. Amber with the mystery
Call from
hand.
me. We have 3 players.
Ace 10 6. Looks like it misses everyone. Pocket 9s for Julian still looks to be good. I could think Amber might have some weak aces here.
Fold 9. Fold 2. Button's good. Thank you.
Tim Anderson says, what was that? Top pair, no bet? You must be talking about when Grandpa G clicked it back there on the river. The top pair of jacks. Mustard Much says Amber has an ace. Yeah, like a weak ace. A wheel. Kevin Wall says ace 10. Ace maybe. Ace king. Alley Man with the ace 8 offsuit under the gun in the muck. Grandpa G folds right behind. Amber's going to limp the 7-8 offsuit.
10 on the 2.
Here we go. Keith's going to mix it up. My man's getting in there with some suited connectors. 6-5 of diamonds for the raise in position.
I feel like Keith's VPIP is like at 85% right now.
I love Keith. I love when he's on the stream.
Almost every hand.
I love it. I like Keith too. He doesn't discriminate by game. He'll play whatever. He'll play, he'll play 2-2. He'll play 2-5. He'll play 1-2 PLO.
He does get a pretty nice flop here. Top pair, good shot, straight draw.
Unfortunately, if he makes his second pair, he's going to lose the hand. I don't imagine Amber will continue past the flop. But Keith does go half pot, 20 into 40. Bob here out of position, got to get out of the way with the ace-10 off. Rick's going to float one time with king-jack of diamonds, trying to catch up on the turn. Amber's got a gut shot with 2 overs in the muck. Wow, Keith's got 80% of the equity headed to the turn. Amber would have just drilled top pair. Keith now with a pair and an open ender. Pretty big turn card for his hand.
Looks like Keith should still be betting here.
Pretty big turn card. Keith has the one of the blockers to the 6. I'm sorry, to the straight. Wow, look at Rick. Rick gonna float 2 streets with king high. All right, Rick.
Felt like that was an ace. All right, deuce.
Deuce on the river. Brings backdoor clubs. Pairs the board. Keith gonna fire at it again. This time he goes 107 into 160. Keith went bet, bet, bet. Rick in a weird spot now. Limcall says Pickle Rick getting sticky. Yeah, Keith's great for the game. I love when he plays on the stream. Strawman says, I'm okay. The other driver went to jail. I hate when that happens. I hate when I'm driving and I rear end somebody and I go to jail. Christy Kidd says, tell seat 4 the tag is still hanging off his Braves jersey. It's brand new. He's getting ready for game 2 tonight. I mean, the Braves haven't been in the World Series since '99, you know?
I heard some guy has action where he's about the Astros win. It's the Astros, right?
Yeah.
If they win, he will win the biggest sports bet in history.
Wow, what is his bet?
I mean, Astros to win it outright for $34 million.
Is it Mattress Mac?
I'm not sure.
Wow. Looks like Mike been pretty quiet so far. He's going to open up the Queen 5 suited from the hijack and get 3 callers. Going to flop middle part, but Rick flops top 2, aces and queens. Jason Neal says it is Mattress Mac. Daniel says it's Mattress Mac. Nice. Mattress Mac is wild.
40.
Okay, this is the same guy that was betting last year about.
Yeah. Mattress Mac hammers it. He likes to stay in the action.
What?
Whoa, whoa,
What?
whoa, whoa.
What just happened? Why? Why all in Queen 5?
I think Mike just ripped it, basically drawing dead. Oh, wow.
And probably would have gone in anyways.
Yeah, I think so. I think it probably goes in on the river either way, but they still have to play a turn. Wow, Rick just snaps him off with top 2. And wins a massive pot early on in the stream. Man, why can't it always be that easy? The guy just rips it into you with second pair. You snap him off with top two for a full double up.
Lots of gift giving here at Best Bet Live 2-2 streaks.
Man, what a gift. Seeing some wild stuff early on. Don't go anywhere, guys. Thanks for hanging out. Like we said, we're going to give away some $50 tournament vouchers on both platforms. Plus, you get to see some more wild stuff like that.
It's going to be a good one for the stream. 5.
Kevin says 0 to 100 real quick. Yeah, I don't know what just happened there.
5 to play. Call from the 4. Call 6. Fold 7.
Rick going to limp in there with the 9-8 offsuit.
Check 6.
Hollyman with some mystery cards.
8. On the 2. Fold 4.
Keith going to bet with stone cold nothing and get this one through. That's why he's the best. That's why he's so good for the stream. Rick playing the heater.
Fold 9. From 1. Fold 2. Call from the 3. Fold 4. Fold 6. Call 7. Call from the 8.
Yeah, you guys are right. I think the graphics might have been incorrect there. I didn't see any money move around.
Yeah, on second thought,
Check 7.
Keith might have had ace queen also. The way he snapped it in there, it makes a little more sense now.
Yeah, it makes a lot more sense now. Him ripping queen 5 for no reason.
15 from
Yeah,
the
it makes a lot more sense to think he has ace queen instead of queen 5 suited.
Fold 7. Fold 8. Call from the 1. Heads up.
Pocket tens now for Bob in the lead. The turn does bring an overcard with the queen of spades.
Check 1.
I'm sorry, that was Mike, not Keith. We think Mike might have had ace queen also, might have been a chopped pot. That's why we didn't see any chips get pushed around.
20.
Sometimes when the dealer is dealing to the 2 seat, the card will pass over the 1 seat's reader, and it'll display as the 1 seat's card. Like if the dealer deals the 2 seat, the queen, the 5 of clubs there, sometimes it gets read as the 1 seat's card.
Change the one that's like dead in the middle of what we call it. The rig.
Bob does take that one down with 2 tens. Mike's got to get out of the way with the ace king suited. Such a good looking hand in the muck.
All right, guys, as we're closing out the month of October, all of our promotions and tournament schedules have been updated on our website. A couple of new things headed our way in November. We have the November Knockout Series. Pretty interesting series that runs through the 12th through the 14th. It opens up with a $300 buy-in, $50 bounty tournament on the 12th. It's called the November Knockout Jab. The next day is the 2K buy-in with $500 bounties on the 13th. Same format that we had for our Fall Frenzy. We will play down to the final 8 and live stream the final table on Sunday. And on that Sunday, we'll close it out with a $600 buy-in, $150 bounty tournament on 12.
That's huge. We'll be running some satellites.
Everybody has to.
Okay, sir. All good. Nice try. What's your try? Ah, yes, we had a bunch of straddles.
I ain't want to interrupt you, so I thought you heard it.
No, I just feel like everybody.
I'm doing the gun and then double straddle.
I might lose my butt, but I'm gonna enjoy myself. Alright, Zach is in the small blind. We got a bunch straddle.
Amber picking up the 9-7 of diamonds in the straddle pot. She's first to act. Gonna come in for the 4. Mike got to fold the 6 deuce. Keith's gonna fold the queen 7 off suit.
6 up.
Grandpa G gonna look down at the 8-4 off on the button in the straddle. Actually flopped the best hand here. Only player to flop a pair.
Check, check.
We got 2 pair.
Wow, the 8-4 off suit. Gonna pick up that pot.
Yeah, go for the high end one.
Yeah, like Johnny said, don't forget about that November knockout series. It's gonna be awesome. We're gonna run satellites all month to get you in there.
Got a fancy
A lot of bounties, a lot of money gonna get pushed around in that thing.
Alright, guys, we got a live
Matt says, I think
straddle.
Mike was in the 1 seat last Thursday. It's possible.
Yeah.
We had quads right before too. It was like,
Daniel says Mac did a combo of bets to win 35 million. He can win 22 million on single bet made. He did a $2 million bet on a plus 1K odds. Wow. That's pretty sick.
$4 straddle. Cool. Yes, sir.
Bob's going to limp the ace 7 of hearts, and Grandpa G going to pick up king queen off. He's going to come in for a raise here.
Alright.
Looks like he's going to make it 20 to go. Mike's in there with the deuces. Let's see if Bob's going to call here with the ace 7 suited. He's going to get out of the way. A lot of limp folding out of Bob. I kind of hate it. Alleyman's going to make the call with the pocket 4s. Got 2 set minors up against Grandpa G, and he does outflop both of them. King, queen off suit. Mike's going to lead right out here with pocket deuces. Pocket 4s from Alleyman in the muck, and Grandpa G got a player just lead right out into him. Looks like he's going to go for the raise, grab some green chips. Makes it 65, and Mike with the snap muck. Grandpa G's going to take this one down, 160 in the middle, easy game. Just raise, out flop, and have a guy just lead right into you with pocket deuces. Nice hand by Grandpa G. Picks up a nice pot. You guys will have my man Johnny Pham back in the booth tomorrow night, and then you get both of us on Friday. The boys will be back. Oh no, I'm sorry, it'll just be me on Friday.
Yeah, I got to run the room on Friday.
Me and Kirk the Cooler will be in the booth.
Oh, Kirk's going to commentate.
Yeah, me and Kirk the Cooler going to commentate the 1-2 Pot Limit Omaha. You guys will get to meet the legend. Kirk himself will be in the booth with me on Friday. Calling the 1-2 Pot Limit Omaha game. Should be spicy. Julian been pretty quiet so far in this 2-2 game. He's going to open it up with pocket 8s and pick up some dead money. In position. Solid.
Yeah, you'll have myself in country tomorrow, right?
Oh, okay.
2-5 action.
Johnny and Country in the booth. Big Country coming through for the 2-5 no limit deep stack cash game. We will live stream that final table of the 2K November knockout series, so that'll be fun. All bounties will still be live all the way to the last person eliminated. That's what kind of makes it fun about bounty tournaments too. Your bounty's live all the way to the end.
9 points.
Alleyman gonna open up the queen jack off suit. Bob's in there with the king queen off from the big, and it looks like Keith makes the call. Oh no, I'm sorry, the king queen folded. Keith made the call with the 6-4 off suit. Alleyman out flops him.
30.
Easy game. Raise, hit, bet, win the pot.
Favorite hand, man. Favorite hand.
Ooh, the 6-4 offsuit is the favorite hand. Stokes says, when are we going to see a 2-5 Wednesday night cash game dealer edition? Oh, man, that would be wild.
But if I hit it,
What do you mean by dealer edition?
Like all dealers in the box? That would be, it wouldn't last very long. It would only last about an hour. They'd all go broke. One person would get all the money.
I think we're due for a meetup game here soon.
Meetup game has been talked about recently. Should have a date for one soon.
I did like that idea of piggybacking the meetup game with the new rendition of the 1010 XL 110 buy-in.
Absolutely. Todd Carver says, excited here in Virginia. Got our first card room. What's it called and where's it at?
2 calls. 3 calls. 4 calls. We got 4 players. Checking it
I
out.
feel like a lot of new poker rooms are being sprouted up. Just card rooms, right? Not casinos?
Looks like King 10 is the best hand in a 4-way pot here. Jack high board. He does have a gut shot to the straight. Pops Poker in Richmond. Okay. I'm going to look it up. I've got a lot of friends that live in Richmond. I just never go play. When I travel, I never go places that don't have card rooms. Bob's going to make the call with what is actually the best hand here.
Check.
Now Ollie Man picks up the nut flush draw. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't see Keith in the hand. Keith has a pair of trays on the flop. Checks it back. Wow, makes 3 of a kind right on the river. Easy game for Mr. Keith.
Check.
Pops Poker in Richmond. Noted. I'll look it up.
22. Call. Wonderful. 7. What do we got? 7.
3 threes for Keith. Gonna take that one down. Ollie Man tried to steal it with a busted flush draw. Keith is not the guy.
Straddle with 7.
It looks like they're closed. They have weird hours, unless Google just hasn't been updated.
Talking about Pops Poker?
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks a little strange. It's like a bar and grill.
Robert says, finally got to play at Best Bet a few weeks ago. Awesome place. Thanks, man. Thanks for coming. Thanks for playing. Hope you took home a big old. Hope you took home more money than you left with.
20 bucks, Keith. Two folds, 3 things.
Sinistar, we went mass optional as of last week.
Fold 7.
I think it was about the 17th, I believe.
8. We got 4 players.
Yep.
Rick with top pair. Can't seem to find a sizing more than $10.
He's got a monster hand. He's got a top pair and a flush draw. Against the flopped straight with the open-ended straight flush draw for Julian. What a big hand for Julian. He needs that 9 one time. He flopped the straight. He's got a redraw to a straight flush.
So from 10 to 60. Well, with this big bet here, I think Julian's got to know like Rick has a huge hand.
Heads up. Check.
I think Julian needs to make a big bet here. He doesn't want to see any more cards.
Julian with a massive hand here.
125.
Gonna go for a little bit of value against Rick. I like it. Hoping he's on a flush draw as well.
Yeah, top kicker, top pair with a good kicker and a huge draw is hard to let go. I think he's in the call here. And he goes in.
The board does pair. Julian can't love that, but I think you just got to fire one more bullet. There's already 450 in the middle. And Rick's stack is incorrect. Looks like he only has 100 or so left.
I'm all in.
All in. That's all.
All in and fold.
Hey. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. It's true. I just like Jacobs too. He has an old one. I got that new. But let's just hear we'll probably buy him.
Steve Hammond in the chat says, hello, enjoy your evening. Thanks, man. Thanks for tuning in. Stokes says, I want to see Donnie rip it against me with the 9-10 off. Donnie doesn't want to get in there and mix it up with me.
8 folds. 9 folds. Pump it up 10 bucks. 2, 3 folds. 4 folds. 6 folds. 7 folds. 8 folds. We got 3 players.
All right, looks like Alley Man's in there with the king, queen off. Going 3 ways. Amber's got king 10 and Mike ace queen. Somehow the flop misses all 3 players. Ace queen way out in front.
Check. That 10.
2 players turning spades now.
6 folds.
Todd Carver says this place in Richmond is only open 4 days a week. They need dealers. Seems to be a running theme, buddy.
Straddle on the 9.
Seems to have pretty mixed reviews, but when you're the only card room in town, you can kind of get away with a lot. Right, Johnny?
That's right.
And before the call, straddles out.
10-5 off for Mike, under the gun +1 in the muck. Keith with the 4 deuce. It's kind of one of those hands that are right in his wheelhouse. I wouldn't be surprised to see him play the 4 deuce offsuit one time.
Fold 6.
Bob's going to open up the pocket 10s, get called by Grandpa G with the king jack off. Julian's going to pick up 9-8 suited in the straddle.
I like the raise here. 3 bets to 40.
I like it too. Both players really deep. Man, Bob looks like he just hates this raise.
All 40.
Got to make the call though.
Heads up.
7-10 jack flop for Max Payne one time. Wow, almost. Julian does flop the open ender. Bob's got 2 10s for an overpair.
25.
Julian does take a small size here, which I like.
Yeah, no reason to fold yet, Bob.
Yeah, Bob looks like he hates it. Unfortunately for Julian, if he drills that open ender, if he drills the 10, it's going to get Bob a full house.
Raise it up. 50.
Bob min clicks him with pocket 10s. Julian says, no way this dude ever has a 7. Yeah, we might play a big one here. Now there's 192 in the middle.
Check.
Anxious to see what Bob does when the overcard peels off on the turn here. Jack of hearts. Looks like he's going to fire at it again. Really getting a really good price, but does not continue. Getting over 3-1 there. But like we said, if he drills that 10, it's going to give Bob the open ender. He's going to be in real bad shape. Decides to let it go. Bob picks down a nice one. Daniel McKillop says, expecting big crowds for Florida, Georgia. You know, we don't really get affected that much by Florida, Georgia.
No, actually we do. I think we do get a large crowd, especially at night.
I think we'll be busier than normal, but when it's the
Yeah,
world's
we will-
largest outdoor cocktail party, those guys tend to stay more towards downtown.
Raise up 20 bucks. 1 folds, 2 folds, 3 folds. 4 calls, 6 folds. Quad jacks.
Florida Georgia weekend and Halloween at the same time. Downtown's going to be nuts.
There's gonna be a lot of weirdos out.
There'll be a lot of weirdos out.
And call.
All right, looks like we got three-way action. Ace 8 of clubs, ace tray of spades, and pocket sevens here for Rick. Pocket sevens in the lead here. 5, 6, 7 king rainbow.
25.
Julian going to take a stab at it. Small bet, out of position.
Call and 4.
As you can see there, Rick's stack is not correct. I think that's a byproduct of the chop mishap from earlier. Looks like he's only got about 100 left.
150.
I like this. Yeah, I like this double barrel after he picks up a straight draw on the turn. Nice play by Julian. Gets the fold out of Rick.
Take it. 1, 2. Grab on the seat. Dante Adam out for this week.
Yeah, Scotty Magic says, or Limp Call says, what is the straddle situation in this game? They can straddle the button or they can straddle under the gun. The under the gun straddle has the priority. If they decide not to take the straddle, then it defers to the button and they can straddle. And then action starts in the small blind.
Game of the year candidate.
You know something I noticed in Vegas that has changed since the last time I was there was the ultimate last action straddle. Did you see a lot of that when you played?
No, I haven't.
It's like where the button straddles, but then it skips over the button and then goes back to the button. You know that whole straddle? It's very confusing.
Oh, yeah. That's actually the norm. I'm kind of curious because we're the only property that does the straddle here this way where it just follows the action.
I don't remember it being like that every other time I've been to Vegas.
No, I think it's always been that way.
Check 2.
Yeah, straddles like this.
Check around.
Yeah, it's the same in Vegas. Here is where we do it differently, which is a little awkward.
Anyone feed your drinks, cocktails?
Pretty interesting turn card here as Keith turns 2 pair.
Semi-call.
It also gives both other players in the hand a straight draw.
Heads up, heads.
Keith improves to a full house. Aces full of 6s on the river. Going to leave Amber drawing dead. Scotty says they do it in Texas too. Yeah, according to Johnny, it seems to pretty much be the norm. I don't remember it being like that. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I just didn't see many straddles. Honestly, in my opinion, I think it's bad for the game. I think it slows down the game. Nobody ever knows whose action it is. Nobody ever knows what's going on. Every time somebody straddles, the dealer has to stop and explain it.
Gino Smith. Small, big S, yeah. Shoot.
What do you guys think? How do you guys prefer the straddle rule to work?
I didn't know either. When Russell Wilson got injured, I was like, who's their backup?
I don't know, I'm a
I see
fan of
Smith
straddles.
come up, I'm like,
I mean, I am too. I prefer them under the gun because it just speeds up the game. People know what's happening. Button straddle's kind of the same way. The small blind never knows they're supposed to act. It just slows down the game.
6 folds.
But I am a fan of straddles. Grandpa G going to open this one up to 15 with the Jack 10 suited. Amber's going to call with 2 9s.
1 folds. See Sam Darnold got benched for the XFL guy?
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He's looking down at Queen 10 off suit. 3 callers in front of him.
I mean, they play Falcons, so I can't be that bad, right? Call 2, call in 4.
All right, here we go. 3 ways to the flop. King 8, Jack 10, and pocket 9s.
I thought he'd be a little bit better. I mean,
He's reckless and his accuracy sucks.
Oh, nice flop here. Grandpa G just flops top 2 off the rip.
USC or
USC.
USC. I knew it was one.
Stokes says, I think the straddle is annoying. I'm all for the straddle, man. Anytime you get people to put more money in the middle without looking at their cards, it's good. but
There is a lot of numbers.
it can slow down the game.
That is hard.
Put those 25 out as he correctly, as he wanted to do.
Hammer's going to muck the pocket nines. Rick's going to fold the king 8 suited, and Grandpa G flopping top 2 off the rip. Going to pick up $80.
You even pulled the extra off the top of 25, and I'm like, is it still 25?
Hammer pass, I didn't. Slip and stop. Just said Chicago fan. They're not big yet.
I mean, thank God I got the Bulls this year. Thank God I got the Bulls again. I know, but you know. But the Bears, you know, I'm still living with the Cubs.
Into the sports up there, he can't count the scores.
Yeah,
Falling.
it's tough. It's tough. You guys, first of all, well,
You guys thought I was dealing? Right.
All right, looks like no straddle this hand. Rick's under the gun with the 7-5 off. Stack. Rick Stack getting short there. It looks like he's only got about $70. Hammer's going to bump up the ace-jack offsuit.
that is just,
Julian's going to make the call. Mike's going to pitch the king 10 offsuit from the button.
man, now I'm on. But everyone,
Until we have a really has max pain, then they're all happy.
Keith's in there with the 6-4 offsuit again. Last time he said it was his favorite hand. Let's go. 9-8 deuce. Misses everybody in the hand. Ace-jack still in the lead. Got 50% of the equity of the hand locked up.
I'm a Colts fan, and we ended up firing RG, and then we got out.
King of clubs on the turn. Doesn't change much. Gives Julian a gut shot to the 10, right? Wow, Julian does make the best hand on the river. Queen-jack off gets the check mark. Julian's going to pick up a quick $50, 25 bigs. Stotro, I've seen that happen before. You guys don't forget, we'll be back tomorrow night with 2-5 no limit. That's going to be a 300 min, $1,500 max. You'll have Johnny Pham and Big Country in the booth. Calling the action.
I didn't say that.
And like Johnny mentioned earlier, the November live stream schedule has dropped on the website. Head over to bestbetjacks.com. Hit the drop-down menu. Find the live stream tab. Request a seat. Get in the action. Win all the chips.
Also, stay tuned because we are going to be giving out some tournament vouchers for you all as a giveaway.
That's right.
I would have done it too. I would have done it. Oh yeah. I'm here for it. Oh, let's get it. That's what I probably would have done. Just give me some sort of memorabilia. Cardinals still pretty cool.
$20.
They're gonna watch the hospital. I still think it was so funny that he accidentally gave that one away. It was like threw it in his hand. Oh man.
Calling court. Fold an 8. Heads up, you two. Check.
Oh, runner. Oh my gosh.
Well, I was going to say, I was looking for a heart. We ran into trips.
It's small. I'll be right back.
Yes, sir.
Julian picks up a big pot here, rivering 3/8 for a pile of chips.
He said he'll be back.
Julian crushing this stream early. This 2-2 no limit deep stack cash game. Rick looks like he's headed to the ATM. Looks like they locked up his seat.
All right, I'll take it back.
All right, guys, thanks for sticking around. 2-2 no limit deep stack cash game. If you're just joining us, 100 min, $500 max. Spicy action. Pushing some pots. People making trip 8s on the river. He's going to open up the ace-8 suited one time.
Oh, we got 3 players.
King Queen versus Ace 4 versus Ace 8. King Queen flops top 2 on a very, very dynamic board. Flush draws, straight draws galore. This is not a fun board to flop top 2 on. Alleyman checks it though. I don't know if he knows it's a bad board or if he's trying to get tricky with it, but he does check. And now he goes almost full pot. Goes 25 into 30. Gets 2 folds, scoops the pot. Nice one. Like Johnny said, guys, don't go anywhere. We will give away 2 $50 tournament vouchers, 1 on each platform.
I'm gonna play two hands actually.
Stick around. We'll do a trivia question on Facebook. We'll do a random on Twitch. And you can pick those up at Best Bet Jacksonville. Julian looking down at the old King 10 of diamonds one time. He's going to bump it up, make it 15 to go. Wow, Bob's going to fold the King Queen offsuit. Three players in the hand with a king. Bob folds the King Queen offsuit like he just knew. Robert in the chat says no masks. Yeah, masks optional for both properties, Best Bet Jacksonville and Best Bet Orange Park. Masks are currently optional. You guys can see there we have implemented the pink chips. Those are kind of new to the stream. Some of you guys might not be familiar with those. Those are our $2 chips now in play. Bob gonna limp in the straddle with the 9-10 suited. Grandpa G looking down at 2 deuces. He's gonna make the call. Wow, Amber's gonna check the King Queen suited. Let Julian take a free flop with Ace 6 off. Wow, Julian outflops all of them. There it is, 10 to go. That's a wrap. That's going to do it for Bob. Grandpa G going to fold. Amber going to fold. Julian's going to show him. Julian crushing the stream so far. As we can see, it looks like he's got about 750 in front of him there. That's huge in a 2-2 game. Quick dealer change. We're going to pick up my man Billy here in the box. Like we said, 2 of the best so far. Julian up 680 in this 2-2 no limit stream. Mike stuck 350, but I don't think that's right. I think that also has something to do with that chop. Amber V-pipping 57%. That surprises me, actually. Still a little early for the V-pip stats, but, you know, kind of gives you an idea of what we're on pace to do. Mike picking up pocket kings. This is the first real premium hand we've seen. We haven't seen, I don't think we've seen queens, aces, or kings so far. Maybe aces once. I think Amber had aces. This time Mike with 2 black kings under the gun. Gonna open it up. Amber makes the call out of the small blind with the Queen 10 of diamonds. Total air ball on the flop for Queen 10.
40 from the 1.
Wow, Mike goes huge with the pocket kings. Goes 40 into 45.
Yeah, I think he missed a lot of value there.
Absolutely.
Should have been an ace technically on that flop.
Flops like that, when they just go so big, you got to ask yourself, like, what are you afraid of? You have the second best starting hand in Hold'em. And that spot, if you're beat, you're just already beat. Otherwise, you should, you know, you can just get value from every other hand. What do you think, Johnny?
Yeah, same way. You're going to see that a lot in the 2-2 streaks. A lot of players have trouble stack sizing and finding value in their hands, you know.
Five on the two.
Yeah, you know, you're right. Bet sizing was something that I really struggled with for a long time until I got some coaching and kind of figured out what you're supposed to do with different parts of your range on different boards. Bet sizing is definitely probably one of the most misunderstood things in No Limit,
Yeah, it's definitely overlooked.
but it's very important.
Play the rush.
It's hard. There's not a lot of info out there on bet sizing. It's hard to get, you know, it's hard to find accurate information. There's so much poker knowledge out there, and so much of it is just bad.
Yeah, the most difficult thing is just trying to execute these theories because you just have too much information.
Eight from one. Eight to play. Fold two.
Mike Rivers, the best hand here, gets the check mark with the 8 on the river, takes it down. The thing that I struggled with the most when I was really studying a lot was like having a cohesive, you know, like syllabus to study. Like I always felt like you would just jump all around, you know, especially like training sites and stuff that have videos. You're just like, oh, cool, I'll learn about pot odds today and I'll learn about combos today. But without a streamlined understanding of how one thing affects the other, you're just putting all this jumbled information into your head.
Yeah.
A lot of these fundamentals and foundations in poker build upon each other, so you got to have a good understanding of one thing before you can move on to the next. That was really hard for me. That's one thing that having a coach will help you with. You can learn things in a cohesive manner.
Call on the one. Fold two. Call from the three. Replay.
Well, something for everyone this flop. Top pair, top ticker for Amber. Open ender for Mike with middle pair.
20 from one.
This is a pretty scary board. This is one of those spots where there's just like no good turn cards if you have a hand like Amber's card. You do block some big value hands. You have the ace of spades.
Call. And call from the eight.
Spades through complete on the turn. Amber does have the ace of spades, but Mike is going to be leading here.
30 from the one.
Man, it's crazy to have a hand like Mike's and look at the other two hands he's up against. So he can't hit his open ender to the king. He can only win with a red 8, right? Well, actually, he has a pair now. I guess he's in the lead. Oh, no, Amber's ahead with the queen. Pretty scary board here for a one-pair hand like Amber's.
Yeah, Mike is
50.
kind of drowning himself a little bit. He's going to try to bluff at a hand at pots 155. This small bet's not going to do it.
Got a little scared. I was like, I'm in here.
Thought I had
already
you
now.
out. I thought I could get you out.
I'm already in there. My
And
ace
if
is
you thought you can get her out, you need to bet a lot more than $50.
Yeah, Amber does make the call. Pretty scary run out there for Amber's hand.
Kurt would get you.
I didn't want the flush. I wanted the straight.
Lots of two pairs. The flush gets there. The flop straight is in there. That one doesn't work out so well for Mike. Amber takes down the pot, and we're on to the next one. Alley Man pitches the ace-6 off.
And I'm full two.
Bunch of junky hands hit the muck until Keith picks up ace jack offsuit. Oh, these guys are going blind versus blind. Looks like they're just going to chop it up.
That's called domination.
I've been itching to see a new movie at the theaters, but I don't know what to watch.
James Bond.
Yeah, I've been wanting to watch James Bond or Venom. Let me know if anybody has seen James Bond yet. It's the last one with Daniel Craig, right?
I'm not sure, but I heard it was good.
Okay. Well, if you say it's going to be good, I'll watch it.
I like the James Bond movies.
I do like those.
Kings full of queens.
Looks like we got a straddle out of Grandpa G here. It's going to be 4 to go. Amber's going to limp in with the ace-6. Oh, nope, she's going to fold. She's going to play for 2. Will not play for 4.
Make it 7 from the 2.
Here we go. Keith on the button is going to bump it up with ace-9 of spades. Daniel says Dune was fantastic. I agree. Dune was great.
Yeah, I've already watched Dune about 8 times already.
Two pair here for Bob. Flops top and bottom on the all heart board. Goes half pot. Keith with the snap fold. About time my man takes one down. Bob been playing very passively so far in this stream. Finally flops 2 pair, and it's an all heart board. But he fires at it and he takes it down. Gets the fold out of Big Keith. So, guys, I know Johnny mentioned the November live stream schedule, but also the November tournament calendar is up for both properties, as well as the promotions
15
for Best Bet Jacksonville and Best Bet Orange Park.
Oh, I forgot to mention, they're going to bring back the high hams.
Oh, the high hams. I love that promotion.
35.
When is that?
I'm not really sure if they give it to all of the high hands for the month, but it looks like definitely for the table shares, the big table shares at Jackson OP on the 11th and the 19th. But I feel like previously we've always given out a high ham for every high hand.
This is an interesting spot. Alley Man puts in his first 3-bet of the night. Julian picks up on it and snap folds King Jack offsuit. A lot of players can't fold that hand. They just they'll just take a flop in that spot. That's one of those hands, especially in a low stakes game where people never 3-bet. When you get 3-bet with King Jack offsuit, it's almost never good.
Yeah, you're looking for a very specific flop with that hand.
Man, that's a hard hand to play.
4 to go. Fold 1. Call from the 2. Call 3. Call 6. Call from the 7.
Yeah, you guys are going to catch me at Orange Park putting in a ton of volume next month trying to win a ham. I don't even care. You could just win one pot and go buy a ham, but to win it in the high hand is so much more fun. Looks like the 1st through the 24th. 2 hours every day they're going to give away a high ham table share.
Okay, I see it now. There we go. All right, 8's full of jacks for Keith. Things get better and better and better, and we got Julian, who's going to lead into this pot with $10. Keith is just a smooth call. Bob's in there with Jack 9. Gut shot straight draw for Alley Man, but he is drawing dead.
Sean Hunter in the chat. What's up, buddy? Game's been a little, it's been a pretty typical 2-2 game. It's been very loose, passive. Man, Julian about to value own himself.
Yeah, they are sitting pretty deep here.
This is where Keith just has to pull the ripcord.
Yeah, I think
If you're Julian, though, I think you can get away with just a call. You can never fold, but I think you can get away with just a call because your kicker's so bad.
I think Keith goes big here, like 200.
You also can't beat the straight that comes in.
All right, a little smaller, 150. I think this might get a call out of Julian. Just a 3x. But if I'm Julian, I got the worst kicker to my 8. Essentially, can only beat a bluff.
Yeah, like we said, the queen 9 somehow comes in. The 4's full. There's 10-8 out there. It's really hard to put your opponent on an 8, but also can't beat the straight. Very weird spot for Julian.
Yeah, some hands you just can't get sticky with, and this is one of the times.
Yeah, if I'm Julian, I don't think I'm ever folding. It's really hard to put Keith on 8's full there.
Boy, glad I didn't catch my 9 on the river there.
But also, like, what is he raising you with in that spot? It's hard. It's also hard to find a hand that you beat that he would raise with. Nice play out of Keith. Goes for a little 3x right there on the river. Gets called by worse, and that's the name of the game. Dan says that's why you don't play 8 deuce. Yeah, my man got caught up there. Flopping 3/8. Keith going to make the call for the straddle with the jack 5 of spades. Mike's in there with 6 tray of spades.
A lot of limping,
A lot of limping, man. That's something you see less and less of as you move up in stakes. Less and less limping.
All right, Grandpa on the straddle finds himself a top pair.
Check 1. Check 2. Check.
And no one else has a pair or draw. Excuse me. Yeah, Mike has one.
12. 1.
Usually, if a player goes bust on the table, we'll give him about 10 minutes to get back to his seat. If he does put money on the table, we'll give him an hour. But for live stream purposes, we'll try to fill that seat as soon as possible. We don't like players walking from the stream, taking away from the game.
We do have a big list for this game.
But we will get a new player here shortly. I do see a player in that seat. But I think Rick, we're not going to see Rick again.
Sean says, where is Adonis at? We get Adonis back next week. You'll have Donnie back here a couple days next week.
Yeah, I guess he forgot his phone.
Get him back in the booth.
Fold 6. Fold 7. Fold 8.
Drink.
Call from the 9. Like the spot, too. Fold 1.
Looks like you guys will have Adonis back next Wednesday and Thursday next week. Donnie back in the booth. 3 players to the flop, the 9, 7, ace 4, and jack 10 suited. Jack 10 flops the best hand. Looks like this $5 bet out of Bob is going to work. Daniel says, how long is the live stream delay? 15 minutes. Everything that we're watching right now happened 15 minutes ago.
Anyone food or drinks? Cocktails? Food or drinks?
Did you see my ace?
Yeah, we are going to pick up that those absent buttons, stick a new player there in the 4 seat, keep the action rolling, get on through the list. Bob with 3, 4 suited. Those are the kind of hands you make money on. Those are Johnny Pham hands right there.
Call those the creepers.
The creepers, you just don't see them coming, and then you win a big, big pot with them.
Which one was first?
Keith, though, has the real hand. Pocket queens.
Wow, look at Keith. 844 in his stack. Up 350 almost. Alleyman in big trouble here. Going to make the call with Queen 5 of hearts. Mike's going to come along with Jack 10 suited. Uh-oh, that could be a bad flop there for Mike. He does flop top pair. Wow, he's going to lead right out into Keith with the overpair. We've seen Mike do this a couple times, and I think he's gotten stung every single time.
He does pick up a couple more outs.
Now he picks up 4 9s. Looks like one of them got folded, so 3 9s. He's got 9 outs to the river. He needs a Jack 10 or a 9.
I don't see why Keith didn't raise there on the turn. Oh no, it's still action on him. Yeah, I see him raising here. I think this is when he wants to get all the money in the middle.
Mike bets 75 into 95.
I think you were bouncing anywhere in here.
What is bad?
Just a call from Keith.
Oh, wow.
So he's intending on coming in. It's just not soon enough.
I should have told him to wait limit.
Keith fades everything, 4 of diamonds on the river. Mike, I don't know if Mike thinks he's bluffing or if he thinks he's value betting.
Yeah, I think Mike is too concentrated on his own hand to really think about what Keith might have.
Yeah, sometimes you'll see players do this and they'll just say, you know, I thought you had ace king.
494.
All right, Keith coming out with a raise, I think, finally.
I don't know. Keith looks a little perplexed. He might just come in for the call.
Oh!
Whoa!
That can't be right.
What just happened?
That cannot be right.
Oh, he says, I had a 10, 110, singular.
Yeah, that made 0 sense.
I've been playing with you too much.
I know, man.
Oh, ouch, Keith,
Huh.
my man. You gotta look him up there one time. There's not many hands that beat you there. There's some sets.
That's why I feel like Keith's hand got read wrong. I don't understand what happened there. In any normal sense, I think Keith is a good enough player to know that you look that up every time.
Stand playing poker any other way.
You're not going to raise. Yeah, at least look it up.